Hello, everybody, and welcome to Crav'in Iron Podcast. I am your host, Stephen Fiora. This is episode 19. Today I'm here with Carly Jones. And Carly, for those of you that don't know her, she is running our demo crew. And she's a hardworking motherfucker when it comes to that. So, how you doing, Carly?
I'm well. The sun is out. I have my two dogs by my feet because they're getting hungry, but can't complain. You know, the storms have passed us.
Yeah. So this podcast, say it every time, that it's to get our story out there. People like me and you, Carly, and get to know your roots, get people to know you a little bit better, and hopefully one person will hear that story and it'll motivate them. So, what makes you the person you are today, Carly?
Wow. That's almost like an interview question. Like going for your interview, like, all right, why should we hire you? Wow, what makes me?
Well, I'm not paying you, so you can just,
man, I'm just like a book. I just have so many chapters. Story short, I started out and actually in this area near the facility, grew up and lived on a farm. Had to move a little bit on the other side of the city of Pittsburgh here to swim and go to kind of a better high school. I was already swimming out there, so kind of didn't matter. Same coach for high school and club. Swam out there, and then I went to college in Ohio, so that's right between Dayton and Columbus, right smack in the middle in a small town. Went there, swam 2 years, and then I guess kind of my journey began because I tore my shoulder, my labrum and my rotator cuff.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, completely gone. But that came from high school, being pushed a little too far and not having the correct dry land or stretches to do before. We were all just really good. There was like 5 of us, a handful in 2012 that, were, I guess you could call us. And we all had surgery on our shoulders. Everyone went D1 except for myself. So after I tore my shoulder, I kind of just turned, I was running, you could say, and lifting, and got like super out of shape, had a lot of alcohol weight, and I don't regret any of it. People hear that and they're like, ugh, I'm like, I had fun and, could I have been in better shape? Sure. But was I? No. I moved to Columbus and same thing, I was just sticking with partying and, working, for JP Morgan at the time and PPG Industries, went between 2 jobs, adopted a dog, was just doing everything grad would do. And, all my alumni pretty much lived in Columbus or would visit. So it was like we never left, and at that moment in my life, I was like, this is great. Did I have a gym membership? Yeah. Did I go? No. Shortly after, in 2017, I got into an accident where I had a railing break on me and I fell 25 feet. 2017 was kind of where I got my shit together. 2017, 2018, snapped my labrum in half, had chips on my spine, messed up my hand, messed up pretty much my whole entire jaw and teeth. And it was one of those freak accidents where, I was visiting my university as an alumni. I should have been checked a long time ago, to pass the inspection of the house, but, it just broke on me. And luckily I fell with the building, my labrum, not my labrum. Wow. What's the word I'm looking for? Femur. Yeah. Didn't break my labrum. Jeez. Wow. It's been a long day. All right. Fell 25 feet, snapped my femur. I snapped my labrum. I'd be very concerned.
Yeah.
So backtracking here and, almost didn't make it. Nobody found me. Was life flighted out to Dayton where I spent, a good month, which, is actually very fast.
Wait, so you said that nobody found you. How long were you there?
About 45 minutes. I wasn't breathing like, so they say, when they, somebody found me, they came outside, they walked around because they were trying to get into like their room, and there I was. And, they gave me a breathing tube. They took me to the local hospital, but they only scanned my head. So then to Dayton, where, my best friend, God bless her, I'm actually about to be her maid of honor. And she's the one who called my parents at 2 a.m, who live in Pittsburgh, I'm being life flighted to Dayton. They wouldn't do anything on me because they didn't have the approval, because no one there was related to me.
Oh, really?
So my parents literally Need for Speed it out there, yelling at everybody on the phone just, to do the surgery. They got me there, did the surgery. I'd bought a hotel for pretty much forever. My mom took my dog. She's going back and forth with her job. Luckily, my dad retired when I was born, so he was able to spend time with me out there. I went from trauma to ICU and then to rehab, all in the same hospital. Only there for a month, which is a miracle.
Yeah, that's a crazy recovery.
Yeah, Dad picked up his life, moved in with me to my 2-bedroom apartment in Columbus. I don't think we've ever spent that much time together. Months. I came home with a walker and a neck brace, and 2 days later, I actually started physical therapy. That was only like a mile away because I knew a kid who worked there, and it's all one-on-one. There's only 3 people who work there, all one-on-one. The first day I rolled in there, he gave me a crutch and was like, "We're not using this walker." I was like, "Okay, all right." And, for me, learning how to walk again, because it literally was learning how to walk again, was like mind-blowing of how things happen. How to run again, squat again, all those good ordeals. I was there for 2 months, 2.5 months, and I was on my own again. Crazy recovery time. But from there, I started getting into fitness, right? And then I was, still partying and doing the fitness, and I'm like, all right, I can see my friends again. I'm comfortable going out. Well, then, that led to me not feeling good about myself, because I'd look in the mirror and be like, what am I really working out? So then I stopped drinking for a year. Stopped drinking, actually was about to get my amateur card in boxing, had a few fights. Yeah. So, yeah, don't mess with me.
Don't fuck with Carly, she'll fuck you up.
Yeah, don't mess with me. No, then, like, when I say 2017, 2018 were just like crazy, they were, because, my coach had me on a eating regimen, and I said I was vegan at the time, which, like, I was, and, kind of going towards that now. But, so then I became like a stick. Healthy me is like 160, 170, which I'm around. Yeah, I was about 122. And if you think about all this being 122, that's a very scary thought. Actually ended up going into shock and having a seizure in my apartment because my sodium levels hit 0. Thankfully, my boss at PPG at the time was really good friends with my mom, really cool with me coming back to work with a crutch and stuff and a neck brace and all that good ordeal. And I didn't show up to his appointment, so she called my mom, and then my mom called the apartment complex and told them just to go in. They don't care. Call 911. And then there I was, and we got to the hospital in Columbus this time, and my parents accused me of taking drugs, and I'm like, well, clearly they did all the tests, and that's not the case. So then I was under watch because I had an eating disorder, got my life together, and then a month later, I got into a car accident where a drunk driver threw myself and my dog in the car over a median.
Jeez.
The base is my dog safe. Got out of the car, yelling, holding my dog. The police told me to calm down. That wasn't happening. And I called my physical therapist, like the kid that I knew, and to come pick me up and take me home. Because they had to take my car. And then once again, my parents are coming out who already have a to-go bag. And, I chuckle about it now because, I kind of have to. That's how I cope with it in a way. But, all of that led me to who I am today. Didn't renew my lease. I had a great apartment, and I said I'm coming home. So I came back to Pittsburgh, which I promised myself I would never come back to because I haven't been home since, 2012 at the time. And, you know, I still struggle with a lot of things like working out wise with my leg, but not to the extent of, how some people do. And I give them the most respect. I really got into Fit Nanny, was an ambassador for Elevate, which Elevate here in Pittsburgh is Versa climbers. Those machines suck. But I was taking like 2 of those classes a day, working out in their gym, became an ambassador for them. I was a kickboxing instructor, like cardio kickboxing, which I'll post about here and there for the demo crew because I wanted to help people with their fitness journey, and I still do. People would come in super overweight, super uncoordinated, and be so embarrassed. But, we created a safe space where, everyone became a family and we could do this hour-long class and learn these and, kind of mend together. So then I became super in shape when I moved back because I had all this time, right? And then I met Dante, who was super into powerlifting. So I was like, all right, let me do that. I started doing that. And, I've had this ongoing knee injury I used to play ultimate Frisbee and it was like a women's league. And for once, my hand-eye coordination for like a disc was spot on. But then I hurt my knee and my ankle and it had to be my right knee where I broke that femur. And ever since, Dante got me into powerlifting, we did that Spartan race, my knee just gave out. I went to physical therapy for it. And, I still do the exercises here and there. Yes, I know, do the exercises all the time because I can hear somebody saying it. But, it's crazy to me because, sometimes it will hurt, sometimes it won't. So now, I'm really in this limbo, especially with, COVID happening. What do I want to do? Do I want to continue powerlifting? But, my body really reacts well to hit cardio things, but do I want to go super heavy? How far can I run? Will 2021 really be when I can do Spartan races again? Will I have to have, some type of, will they have to go look at my knee again? Because it's the kneecap that's weak. They've already looked at it ever since I first started having issues, and we were strengthening the muscles around that. But I think the bolts that are in there, to hold it kind of all together, may be causing an issue. So it's kind of one of those things, what do I really want to do? Do I just want to stay fit? Do I want to box again? Because now that is also in my circle of thoughts, do I want to try to fight one more time? Go for my amateur card and just, have one fight. But I don't know if I can do that with my neck. So there's a lot of possibilities that are up in the air. And I'm the most indecisive person when it comes to fitness because I support everybody and whatever the hell they do. I don't care what you do. Are you having a good time? Great, because people can fall off the wagon really hard and, people are normal. So how do things like that? Well, that's why I love my job is because, every morning I wake up and I see these posts and, it's hit a new PR. Hey guys, have a question of, how to work out, this part of the body better, different stuff like that, because that's what keeps me going too. I know sure as hell keeps everybody in the demo crew going, but I know I wake up and I'm like, fuck yeah. I did not want to go downstairs to my garage and lift. And you know what, now this whole backstory made me me. And you may think I'm cynical for just chuckling at it, but you say it out loud a few times and you're like, that all happened in not even over a year, a span of 10 months.
All right, so I have 9 lives, 6 of them are gone now.
Quite literally is how, everyone tells me about things. They're like, you need to be careful, my parents especially. And I'm like, I am, and just, it's just what happens. I'm very clumsy, but obviously those things weren't clumsy accidents, but yeah, you think a cat of nine lives, but that's what really takes you back and makes you think. Like, sure, it took a lot, for me to realize what I wanted to do with my life. But here I am today at 26. I'm like, all right, well, yeah, I wish that shit didn't happen, but now I'm a homeowner. I'm wanting to go back to school. I have this, and I want to do better every single day. And I have 2 really cool dogs and I guess a cool boyfriend. So it's like, all right, I'm happy and healthy. Like, how do I step forward and how can, I help somebody? Because I hate talking about myself. I hate it. I always want to hear about you. I always want to, I can relate to most things, but, I want to hear like how, you're doing, how, you're finding your fitness journey, what was your transformation, consistent with stuff. So it's kind of all over the board, but I have my lane and I'm staying in it and I'm not going anywhere.
Hey, so you said you grew up on a farm. That's in Pittsburgh, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know if people probably aren't really familiar with the Pittsburgh area. But where I live now, it's probably only 15 minutes away. And I live in a south of Pittsburgh. It was always my dream to live near the city, and now I do. However, like that extra 15 minutes, like literally is really another 15 minutes. Grew up on a farm and, just had horses, but I, hope to have a farm like after, years in this home that I just bought. My next step would like still being on a farm, but once again, close to the city. So, it's the best of both worlds. Because I don't know what it's, I hit on before that I was never really home. I was in Colorado, I was in the Carolinas, I was in Michigan, go blue. And, I was all over. And I was like, I'm never going back there. I bought a one-way ticket to the UK and I planned to never come back. And then I came back. So, there is just so much, like when I say I have chapters of just different stuff, like buying a one-way ticket and, my parents coming out because I was accidentally maced, there was just different crime going on in Paris at the time. And I just happened to turn around when I was trying to run away. And, there's just like just different things that, people may ask me something and I can relate. It may not be the similar situation, but I can relate how people feel in many different situations. I will never tell you how you feel. I will never really tell you how to do something because you're your own person. But, with anything to motivate, in the demo crew, out of the demo crew, anything like that, hit back to a memory and be like, all right, let's try this and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So you went one-way ticket to UK. That's it's pretty intense.
I didn't want to come back.
I'm assuming you had a very good reason.
No. That was just me. I picked up, either one lived with somebody, two lived on my own. And, bought that one-way ticket after college graduation. My parents were like, all right, cool. And, my dad's never been to the UK. So after I called them that one day, they both came out. My mom used to go there for work. And I went to, my main hub was in London. I was a dog walker. I'd go to Amsterdam, visit my mom's friends out there who would like house me. I went to Paris and I hated it. And
Wait, you hated Paris? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it wasn't, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, when I went, it was right after certain events happened that the whole country was kind of like down. But it just wasn't the same. Going to the Eiffel Tower wasn't the same. There's a lot more, people on the street trying to sell you things or people trying to like steal things out of your pockets. It's just, there's so much. And like that's with anywhere, not trying to hit on one place, but, I went back to London him pretty quickly and came home.
Well, it's kind of one of those things like when I think of Paris, I'm thinking of like a really nice, genuinely beautiful place, and everybody.
It's beautiful, yeah. I mean, don't
Yeah,
get me
but then you have that kind of going on. It's kind of mistaking, so I could understand.
wrong.
You know.
Yeah.
So, what about Seth and all them? How'd you meet them, and how'd you get into Axe and Sledge?
Well, I applied for a job.
Oh,
I met Seth at the Arnold, but I didn't know who he was. I saw his photos, and I was at the Arnold alone. And I was like, oh my God, I know that gym. And the big photos they had on their banners was Legends.
mm.
I was like, oh my God, I go there. My parents live like 5 minutes from there. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get in line. So then I got in line. I bought a crop top black sweatshirt, Baker. And then I like went through the line and I was like, hi. And I was like, we just go to the same gym. And then he was telling me about Emmy and, super personal. I mean, best interaction I had there, and I had no idea who he was. And, that makes me laugh. And left there and just like told, Dante about it because he was there with his friends. And I was primarily at the Arnold to watch Steffi Cohen lift. I was there to watch her deadlift, and then she squatted, and then that was insane. But came back and was still working in fitness. I was like, all right, well, I need to take the next steps. Do I want to be a personal trainer, or do I want to go back to, something to do with my degree? And my degrees are all over the damn board. So I'm like, all right, well, what do I want to do? So I was, looking at jobs, saw 412 Nutrition, had an opening, and then I rolled across customer service job. I was like, all right. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember this company. Applied, got a call, got an interview, sat down with Mike, Pat, and Angie, and just had a normal interview. I rolled up my professional, pencil skirt and all ready to go. Thought it was so neat of how they operated, and just quite literally everyone is like, oh, how are you working there? And I'm like, I had an interview. I'm very passionate about, putting my best foot forward with any job that I do, especially with any company. And, I started working here, and, that first week it was like, all right, here's what you're doing. I'm like, all right. There wasn't any other job that I've had before. And it's like, all right, well, this is like elongated of like, all right, well, here's what you're going to do. And here's this, and here's that. No, it was fucking awesome. I was like, all right, you're going to sit in Shane's office for right now. Here's your desk. Here's your buddy. I even met Dean when I went in for my interview because he was up from Florida. And I was like, who is that guy? And, when everyone, like I said, when everyone has asked me, I literally had an interview. And, that interview started this amazing, it's a career, but like a lifestyle. I'm so humbled because I've watched myself grow. Like if I step back, I've almost been with Axe and Sledge for a year. I've watched myself grow from somebody who was always kind of right. Am I doing this right? To being super confident and bringing ideas to the table. And I can always do more. I never wanted to like say anything, and like I was confident and things like that. But now, my engine's working in my head, and getting the motivation, in our Friday meetings or whatever they may be from Pat, like he'll say stuff, and it just sticks with me, of how to build yourself as a person. Like, what can you do every day? If somebody would ask me, Jones, well, how the hell am I going to answer that? And that's something that I think about every day. So, this job is not even a job. Like I said, it's a lifestyle. It's something that I love waking up. I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this. And like, when I go to bed, I'm like, I'm going to wake up and there's going to be notifications, and it's going to be fucking great to see what people did while I was asleep, you know? So literally it was just an interview. And yeah, I mean, I met Seth. I think I met Bob then too at the Arnold, and everyone, you know, I don't know if you've ever met him at the Arnold Art Expo, and you know, we always do like the flexing photo. As you see, like on my Instagram, ours is like from the side, and I was like, no, like we're gonna take a photo like this, and like I'll never forget the look he gave me. But you know, it's funny to me now because I was like, yeah, I mean, what do you want, like my chicken arm? Like, but it all started, you know, with walking me through that line, and then you know, seeing a job, being like, all right, I'm gonna apply and see what happens. And you know, they could have hated him, you know, they didn't, and that's very humbling.
Well, and now you're one of the harder workers in that place, so
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, you know, that's all I can do, and you know, that's all I want to do is be a hardworking motherfucker. You know, watch this grow, because like I said, now thinking about it, watching yourself grow and watching this company grow, all from where I sit, is crazy. And you know, and having the demo crew here makes it even more of a reality. So did I just do all that? Did they just do all that? Like, is this all really happening? Yes, it is. Okay, then now back to work. You know, just put down your head and get back to work. And yeah, it's crazy.
yeah, no, it's nice. It's I mean, just even from my side, I know we're not really employees, but it feels like we're a part of the family. You know what I mean?
That's great.
Yeah. So, Carly, we have a whole bunch of questions from the demo crew, and I'd like to jump in there if you don't mind.
Go for it.
All right. Share the screen. Okay.
Ah, it's me. Wow. Oh, nice.
That is you. Yeah, look at that stretch.
Wow.
Is that your bad leg?
Good question. No, maybe it's my left leg. I don't even know.
All right. So this one is actually from the Axe and Sledge page. There's a Facebook group, Axe and Sledge page, which is public, and then there's the demo page.
How long have you been in?
Yeah, and then this one's from Drew. Drew's the only one that actually asked the question on this one. He's the lone wolf on the Axe and Sledge page. But how long have you been an American stretching coach?
Wow.
What's your favorite Axe and Sledge product and why?
America's stretching coach. I don't even really stretch. I think I just sold myself out. But
I don't know. Look at this.
Wow, it's probably when I was flexible, because I don't know if I can do that anymore. I actually scheduled a photo shoot with this guy in Pittsburgh. He actually works with food and drinks more than people. But I know that he's also a photographer for one of the cycling studios here in Pittsburgh. He works with them exclusively. And I was like, you know what, like, hey, like, what's your rate? I wanted to get some photos done. And at that point in my life, I wanted to pursue being, you know, a trainer and things like that. So, you know, you needed professional shots done, right? And I was like, take me wherever. It was freezing. It was like 32 degrees and sunny. It was horrible. But I was like, oh, this is a great idea. And there's another photo of me like hanging over the ledge of that thing. But I was like, oh, like, let's stretch. And then, the photo just really blew up when, Dean put it on a shirt and made that great video. It still cracks me up. But yeah, I mean, I definitely need to stretch more, but, I will take, the stretching, queen or whatever he said.
Yeah.
And then what was the next one?
What is your favorite
Axe and Sledge product and why? Oh, that's hard because it's just like, I can use it for different things. So if I would have to pinpoint my favorite Axe and Sledge product, I would have to say, honestly, I would have to say the grind. And anyone who has talked to me yet with these Zoom calls and has talked to me one-on-one, I always say the grind. That's because I can literally take it any time of the day, take it during a workout. I really don't get hydrated enough, especially being home. I've had the hardest time drinking water. You know, if I add a scoop of that into something, I'm drinking it. Doesn't matter what flavor. I really cannot pinpoint one of my favorite flavors. Maybe Swamp Beast. Yeah, I would have to go with that. But, you know, I would have to say the grind. Let's just go with the grind, but love them all. But I can do the grind like anytime during the day, and I don't feel like I'm just drinking plain water. For how weird it may sound, I just, you know, don't like the taste of plain water.
Yeah. All right. Actually, Tom, he actually has another question for you. Why do you like the weightlifting? What's your favorite sport? Would you get into weightlifting competition? And when are you?
Oh, that's funny. All right. So let's start with why do you like weightlifting? You know, I kind of answered that in the beginning when you asked me pretty much like, who am I? You know, with 3 events like that happening in my life, 2 accidents, and then, you know, eating disorder, you know, when my shit kind of came together, it really came together when I moved back here to Pittsburgh. And, you know, I just feel good about myself when I find what I like doing, and I'm confident in, you know, what gym I go to. It's why I go to like, you know, Legends, or like one of those like hole in the wall gyms that like nobody knows about. You know, I like those a lot more because I feel like I can fail and somebody will correct me. You know, not like a big commercial gym. I don't have a lot of confidence in commercial gyms. And then what's your favorite sport? Oh, that's hard. I'm a huge hockey fan. All right. Huge hockey fan, Pittsburgh Penguins. I would say that's my favorite sport. Love Michigan football because I just like Michigan. Not so much the football part. Huge into Premier League lacrosse. And then obviously swimming because that was my whole life. And then I would say my 5th one is probably rugby. I don't watch it religiously. Used to watch my roommate play, and then obviously Dante as well. But yeah, I would say hockey, and then honestly lacrosse. I could watch those games for days. Would you get into a weightlifting competition? Ugh. This is like the hardest question to answer. You know, Dante wants me to do 1 powerlifting meet. You know, I told him if you do 1 Spartan race, I'll do 1 powerlifting meet. And then I got really scared. You know, hitting back to like, it's okay to like, for me in my head to fail at, you know, if, you know, I don't make a rep at like one of those like smaller gyms. I have this thing, like when people are watching me, I get really freaked out. I'm like, all right, well, what if I fail? They're all going to look at me and be like, you suck. And, you know, it's probably not. And that's what he keeps telling me. But, you know, swimming, it was great because my head's in the water. I can't hear anything. I just hear my coach just like yelling at me and looking like super red and mad to go faster. You know, you can hear the crowd, but like I cannot see all the hundreds of people in the crowd. When you look out to even like 15 people, I'm like, no. So, I mean, it's on the table. However, I would like to compete in Spartan races more than powerlifting, but I just have to see where my weight will end up going and how my knee reacts. So that's going to be all of that.
Yeah. You don't want to break yourself during a meet.
I may just be like your average Joe that, you know, is super fit and does stuff in her garage. I don't know. We'll see. You know, stay tuned. It's all coming in 2020, 2021.
Yeah.
And then when are you getting married? Never. No, I don't know. That's you know, I'm 26 and what Dante's 23, 24. So, you know, in due time, you know, we do have a dog together. 2 technically, but 1's technically mine.
Oh, that's a tough one right there. It takes a while to get married to.
Yeah, it does. Now watching my best friend get married and, you know, trying to plan a wedding through COVID and then canceling it twice and now officially getting a date in 2021. I'm like, no, like, don't want all these headaches yet.
Yeah. Especially this COVID stuff. Takes a certain individual to get married during COVID.
I know a lot of people who just said screw the wedding and they got married and had a little thing with their family and, you know, that's great. But yeah, I couldn't imagine that. I mean, yeah, I can't imagine that right now, even for me. I'm all over the damn place, as you can tell. So yeah, but soon, you know, we'll keep our hopes up.
All right. So this is from the demo crew page.
Yes.
Yep, there's your stretching again, right there.
It's just a great photo.
It's actually a very good photo. Now where is this?
That's downtown Pittsburgh. It's called the T. It takes you from one side of Pittsburgh to kind of the other. I think they extended it, so I could take it from here to like the casino, the Steelers Stadium, stuff like that. It's only like one way or the other way, so you're waiting for it. But yeah, I mean, that's literally all it is. And we took photos beneath too, which was super neat. But yep, just the middle downtown.
Yeah, that's really cool. All right, so Chris has a question. Favorite health meal?
Oh.
Ah.
Let's see. Oh.
Does anybody have a favorite health meal? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, okay. Well, I actually made this like really good soup not too long ago. I was like literally cleaning out my fridge. I had this like vegan protein broth, bell peppers, celery, carrots, turkey bacon, some onion, and then like seasonings and a cup of water. Literally let that boil. I mean, I cooked the bacon, then I put that like bits of it in. And I literally just let that boil almost 6 hours on like low. And I mean, in itself, if you have like a cup of it, it's healthy. Just because it's like vegetables and turkey bacon, and there's a little bit of calories in the vegan broth, but there has to be. I'd say that's my favorite, like non-vegetarian healthy meal. Vegetarian healthy meal, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of down the line right now, vegetarian, pescatarian. If I could eat, shrimp and, seasoned cucumbers, don't know where that came from, but that sounds really good. And I definitely had that before. So I'd say one of those two things.
yeah, I've never tried the vegetarian diet. I don't know if I have it in me. And a couple of my buddies, I told them I was going to try it. And just because, I mean, you get all your protein from beans and all, you have your sources.
Oh yeah. If you know what you're doing, it's super easy. It's just doing the research because things can get kind of bland. I mean, I made chili and I was eating it at the office for like 2 months, and I still have some in my freezer. And man, I do not want to touch it ever again. So it's definitely changing it up. It's probably like chicken and rice because I got tired of that too.
Yeah. I got a diet that I call the dog food diet. Is where you eat the same shit every day.
I used to do that too.
Chicken and rice.
Yep.
Not every meal. Chicken, rice, veggies, and some fruit.
I know. I love my fruits and vegetables, and now we're all a handful of us in the office are doing keto, giving it a shot. So it's figuring those things out. What I can eat, and how many carbs am I intaking. It's crazy because all my carbs are coming from vegetables, and I'm like, I want more veggies, but giving it a shot, because I mean that's what you can do with anything. If you really want to try it. We have a lot of good resources now, especially with a lot of things, especially with the keto diet, and different blogs coming out that will send a lot more information. And yeah, so learning that, and learning what I can eat on that too. I've had a lot of shrimp. I'll probably end up becoming a shrimp at some point by the end of all this. So we will see.
Yeah, especially with the American Made Nutrition going, health food or healthy and keto and vegan. Yeah. And has a really good team backing it up too.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's good. Jordan. Why Dante? We're all wondering that, by the way.
Why is Dante?
Other than his looks, of course. We will the deets, Carly.
That's actually
we're all curious.
Yeah, so we met on Instagram. I was telling his friend, I was trying to get details on Dante, and I reached out to his friend because his friend had a dog on his story, and his friend thought I was hitting on him, which was totally incorrect. I was that creepy person because I went to one of those like hole in the wall gyms called Exercise Warehouse. Best place ever though. And I saw they were all taking a photo there, and I was like, oh, who are these people? Follow, follow, follow. And then they were like, oh, hey, does this chick follow you? And then Dante, because Dante's friend was like, hey, like, see what this chick's about or something, or do you know her? And he was like, oh, let me find out, which that could be totally wrong, but he was trying to troll me, long story short. So I had something with kickboxing, and he said something about the kicks, and then I turned it into something else, and then we ended up going on a date. I was like, oh, we should work out, then, get protein drinks, protein meaning tequila or alcohol, something along those lines. Man, I was smooth. And, just one thing led to another. He was still in college. I went out to visit a lot, but yeah, I guess that's why Dante, because, he let me adopt another husky slash German Shepherd, but another husky. So that's why I keep him around. And why he looks older, I have no idea. Quite literally, my manager, my family, I'm pretty sure even my bosses thought he was like 30. And he's 3 years younger than me. And yeah, so here we are today. Yeah, it's crazy. We still don't live together, but things take time. I'm in, things take time, no need to rush anything. He'll be here soon enough. And then, there'll be more dog photos and, all that.
Well, living together is a whole different beast though. Everything changes when you start living together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Me and my wifey, we learned what pisses each other off really quick.
Yeah, I think I know that. Not even with it, he visits on the weekends, and I think I already know it's gonna make me mad because I'm very clean. Like, I like things to be presentable, clean, 24/7. I don't care. Like, if I'm going to bed, there's like no dishes in the sink at all. Like, there's nothing. But yeah, so I mean, it obviously it's all learning and things like that. But now it's just me and the two dogs, and it's great. They give me a run for my money.
All right, so Mike, how'd you end up where you are, Axe and Sledge, AMN, and where do you see your future with them? So we answered the first set of this question already, I believe. But where do you see your future with them?
Yeah, so how I ended up here was an interview, and future. Wow. No. I see it here with the demo crew, just taking the demo crew to a whole new level. I hope that more ideas come in my head of how do we what is the next step. I'm constantly doing research. This is another reason why I want to go back to grad school. Why I've set up meetings with people to see like what it takes to apply and stuff like that, and what communication classes can they offer to me. And different stuff like that, because social media and just communicating is always changing. And, I can learn so much from doing my own research after work, before work, just reading different articles. But there's something different when, you kind of go back to school, which also never saw myself going back, but here I am. So my future, just really keeping the demo crew as the demo crew grows. Truly a family. Yes, this is an affiliate ambassador program, but at the same time, you can see on this actual page people asking questions, people proud of themselves for certain stuff, and that will always keep true. Whatever I have to do, it's gonna stay that way. I don't like negativity, and if there's negativity, usually somebody doesn't understand or something like that. So that's where I reach out, or I'm reached out to about certain stuff to explain. So I would just say my future is, keeping this going, on a train like it is. It just keeps moving, it keeps moving, keeps moving. And that's, really what it's going to do. And, assist AMN, with their growth, with their change that they're doing. be there when somebody has questions and different stuff like that.
Well, you're mastering that right now, for sure.
Thank you.
All right, Martin Lasalde, really good guy.
Yes.
Shout out for Martin. Hardworking motherfucker for sure. Martin, keep strong. Love you, bud. All right. How did you first meet Seth and start working with him? Well, that's first one. You kind of already went on into that.
Yep.
The Arnold, you went him. Saw that he worked at the same. Yeah. Saw that he worked at the same gym or worked out at the same gym.
Yeah, I never saw him there, but that's okay.
Oh, really? How do you handle the stress of being in your position and dealing with us demo crew members? Because we can be a handful.
It's not stress. With any career or anything like that, there's always going to be stressful moments. But that's how it is with anything. Usually I cause the stress upon myself because I want to do a lot more than, me as humanly possible is, capable to do at the moment. But, that's why things are, always talked out and like, when is this plausible to do? I think it's not even like dealing with the demo crew members either. Wow, this one really stumps me because this is such a positive experience for me, and I hope everybody else, that, there's thousands of different personalities that I deal with daily, right? And, it's just fascinating to me. And, it's kind of circling back to, I talk to somebody and I can, hopefully understand where they're coming from, what question they have, or if like they're mad, what are you mad about? Is it, at something, or is it something at home? Different stuff like that. Right. So really, I mean, I don't have any stress. I work out, I walk my dogs, I take time to myself. Anything a normal, anybody would do, not even normal person, that's horrible wording. Anybody would do, take 30 minutes to yourself. I leave my phone and I will go walk my dogs and I come back and like, I'll get right back to it. My position is just so humbling and great because I get to see people's success and I get to help them on that journey. I get to like hear all the ideas and see what we can do and, what may be a future thing or like not at all, like I'm always told I can bring 5 ideas to the table and all of them suck or one of them's good, not every idea is going to be great. So I would say, really, how do I handle it? I think I handle it just fine. I try to find time, for myself to step away from social media. That's the biggest thing. I'm just behind a computer and stuff all day, just constantly looking at things. So, I would just say I step away from it for just a little bit and,
It's kind of like a reset.
Yeah. I was even doing that before. I was constantly on my phone with, being a kickboxing instructor, selling myself. That sounds horrible. Selling myself as a
might have to edit that one out.
as a fitness instructor, right? I can. Oh no, it's fine. Let people laugh. Just different stuff like that. So yeah, sorry, that's a hard one to answer because it's not stressful. It's just understanding people and different personalities and how to deal with different personalities.
So really, you're like a psychiatrist.
It sounds that way, but no. It's sad, but no. I'm just here to assist in everyone's journey.
All right. So the next one is from the Push-Up King, Christian. Plan to join future colleges or challenges from demo crew. A lot of people owe me 30 days of push-ups. It's true. Any plans for or sorry, I can't read right now.
No, you're fine.
COVID. Any plans to future or further expand Axe and Sledge to other states or other locations or local shops in California? I know they were just talking about this on the demo crew page about um, how local shops in California don't have Axe and Sledge products, but I know that, I mean, I'm from California, and I know that a lot of the shops there are like GNC, and they're all corporate wide, and they're gonna carry what their corporate, what they carry.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of family-owned businesses is what Axe and Sledge is actually in, which is a benefit to me, I think, just because, I mean, we have our family-owned places here, and then we have our GNC place here, and you go to the family-owned places, and they're willing to help you out. And hey, you know what? Try this. Here's a little sample. Try it out. If it doesn't work for you, we're gonna go to the next thing. And GNC, they're just salesmen. They'll sell you shit. I'm not saying anything bad about GNC, but been there. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's like trying to buy a car.
Yeah. Which I need to find an auto body shop. If anyone in the Pittsburgh area knows a good auto body shop, I scraped the front of my car this morning on my driveway. Let me know. Not trying to spend an arm and a leg, but got to get my car fixed. Got to get buffed out or something. All right. So plan to join future challenges for the demo crew. I personally blow at push-ups, and I'm trying to get better at them day by day. Never really been strong at them. I'm going to get into this whole burpee thing. That I can get down with. I hurt my knee the other day, so I'm waiting for that to heal a little bit better, and then I'll be on it. But there's a lot of plans for future. Yeah, there's a lot of plans for, challenges like the push-up challenge, and like actually getting people to do it, the burpee challenge, getting people to do it. Thinking about another transformation challenge, with incentive. We did the first one. I took notes on how, we can improve, how we can really hold people accountable, things like that. So, that's also something that we're looking into. There will always be challenges, always bring stuff to my attention, to say like, hey, how can we get this started, keep people on board? Because I know a lot of people owe him 30 days of push-ups. And you know what? Hell, maybe in, June, what's it coming up? June? Yeah, June. Maybe I will do 30 days of push-ups. Start on my knees with push-ups. I can't say things right, with push-ups. And then, by the end of the 30 days, hopefully I'm doing regular push-ups. So, Christian, if you want to hold me accountable to that, please feel free.
Oh gosh. You just open up a window.
And then let's see, any plans to expand? Yeah, I mean, the whole shop thing, we have our, wholesale team and our wholesale guy, and there's a place on the website where stores or gyms can reach out, or if you reach out to me, like you personally know somebody who wants to carry the product, I can, pass that information along. And it's just, stores realizing who Axe and Sledge is. Axe and Sledge is growing day by day by day by day. It's just growing at a tremendous rate. So once more people know about the products and different stuff like that, they'll want to carry it. So once you tell people about it, or, ask them if they carry a certain supplement, especially in the smaller shops, gyms and things like that, because gyms can carry it as well. And, they'd be like, oh, hey, do you carry Axe and Sledge? Oh, no, we don't. And then ask them again, and then again, and then again. Just kidding. Don't get super annoying. But, once you ask, or other people ask as well, they'll want to carry it. So yes, I mean, we're always going to be expanding, and same thing with local shops. Axe and Sledge to other states. I don't know if that means offices. No, everything's local. Local to this area, just something that, stick to. Before COVID became a thing, what were some of the personal ideas for the demo crew to expand and grow? If you weren't in the demo crew, what would you be doing? Oh, okay. Thanks, Christian, for some hard questions. Honestly, COVID didn't slow us down in a sense. It didn't slow the demo crew down. You guys, really stepped it up. I had a few ideas, but now, they're actually in place. Now, whether I was sitting in the office or sitting in my office here at home, they were going to get done. I just moved, my laptop, my desktop, my folders and stuff here. And that wasn't going to slow me down, sure as hell did not slow Axe and Sledge, AMN, All American Roughneck down. We keep going, a situation is presented. How do we, help, that's how we, help the brick and mortars, with Blueberry Homemade and Dozer and stuff like that. How do we get people back in your stores, and we build those relationships? There's so much to it. And, my personal ideas, they're being taken place now. Phone calls, Zoom calls, different things like that. Now it's, we have more ideas going and, they'll be presented and you'll say, fuck yeah, when those come out. I just don't want to spoil anything because then that's no fun. If you were in the demo crew, what would you be doing? So if I wasn't working for Axe and Sledge, wow. Maybe still working in fitness, maybe going back to law school, maybe there's a lot of maybes. Like, I honestly do not know what I was doing. As you know by now, I got my life together, working in fitness, but, would I really, want to be a trainer? Would I want to go back for contract law? Would I took that step. Yeah. I took that step to apply for jobs, that I thought, I would really enjoy. I wanted to find, my place where I wake up every morning excited. And I found that. So, to get this question now, if I wasn't here, is super hard to think about because that's all I could think about. I may not even be in the Pittsburgh area, in all honesty. Now I'm here, bought a house, not going anywhere. But yeah, so that's a good question. And honestly, I may just have to message you on that one because I couldn't tell you where I would be.
You have to think about it a little bit.
Yeah, I most likely probably would have went back to school for contract law, sports contract law, or even sports broadcasting. When I say my majors and minors in my undergrad were all over, they were truly all over. It's just getting into those industries like anything, getting into any industry. If I wanted to get into sports broadcasting again, I probably would have had to go back to school just so I could get, a lot more time on air, even though I got a lot of time on air 4 years back at Wittenberg, but probably would have to find like a D1 program or, things like that. So I would probably be there now talking it through, but, like I said, I can't imagine being there.
Yeah, that was a good question. Good job.
Thanks.
You stumped her.
I know.
All right.
All right.
So next question, if you were forced to choose between only pancakes or waffles for the rest of your life, which would you pick and why? Oh, God.
Waffles, because they're just pancakes with abs. Honestly, probably waffles, because you can definitely fit more in waffles. Like if you had like Reese's Pieces, like waffle, like one of those like cool bougie ones, you could fit way more. Like on a pancake, it all just kind of falls. So definitely waffles.
You know what? I'd have to agree. I'm a waffle kind of guy. If like you just buy a pack of frozen waffles and you just put them in a toaster.
Yeah, exactly.
Done. No effort.
Yeah, there's that absolutely zero. And pancakes, they're hard. Yeah, I used to have a waffle maker too, but I don't know what happened to that.
Yeah, me either. Those things are old school. So I think they're
I
past
had
their
one in
time.
college, and then I think I left it on my porch, and then I think it just went missing.
Yeah,
That's okay.
that's all right. All right. So from Kevin Poole. So long story short, my wife doesn't want to work out with me because she doesn't want to become muscular looking like Seth. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Uh, how do I convince her that working out won't do that with her if she's doing cardio and light weights? She just wants to slim down after 2 kids.
You know, I'm not certified in training or anything, let alone, can I give advice on this subject? So I'm not, but, if I was in this situation, because similar, how would I convince her? It's not really convincing, it's doing things together. Also, not if she doesn't, I don't know if, like to scream in your face, like, let's go, let's do it. I know I hate that, but, but that's what motivates a lot of people. I love doing things, as a couple, and yeah, sometimes I look super weak, but that's fine. Cardio is great, light weights is great, but it's gonna be light weights, high reps. Or you can go like a little bit of heavier in weights and have those low reps. You're not gonna look, you can take it from me, you're not gonna look muscular like Seth. That's how
it's hard to do for us.
Yeah, and in all honesty, like that's how you're gonna slim down. Great. We have a lot of Becca, who is an AMN, American Made Nutrition athlete. She posts a lot of workouts, like a lot of HIIT workouts, and stuff with light weights, high reps. Maybe that's something that you may want to look at because that'll help you slim down, like that HIIT. As long as you're staying consistent with that, and it's going to be diet too, like anybody knows. And for the longest time, I didn't want to believe that, but that's going to be the easiest way to slim down. And if she wants to ask me herself, that's totally fine. Yeah, unless like you're trying to power lift and like you're taking in all these calories a day like a power lifter is, you're not going to look muscular like Seth, and you will slim down with that cardio, lightweight, high rep, or whatever you want to do with it. It's just finding what you like, really, and having that support, Kevin, so you have to support what she likes and vice versa. Relationship advice.
Well, I know one thing I did with my wife to get her started. So she didn't want to do any of my workouts because my workouts are a little strenuous sometimes when I'm trying to lift 300 pounds or whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I did was I looked up workouts for her, and whatever she liked, I just put that into a workout, and then she ended up doing it for a little while. But you just got to kind of find what she likes.
Mm-hmm.
Getting started is the hardest part, though.
Yeah, getting started, it truly is. And, I fell off the wagon for a while here during COVID, and now finally getting back to it, kind of like building my own gym in my basement. Now, do I have everything that I want? No. But do I have, what's functional? Yes. So, yeah, it's just really finding what you like. And even if you're trying to sway her the right way, there are thousands of videos on Instagram and stuff like that. And of just, women who, do exactly that, just want to slim down.
Yeah, and all right, Steve. How long before every workout does she spend stretching? Okay, another stretching one. The stretching thing.
Don't. I should. What I should do is I should stretch 15 minutes before. One of my really good friends, she's actually, doing video sessions on how to stretch. She's super into it. So, if I were to, and I was more, up with it, I would use my foam roller way more than I do. Because that, in all honesty, that's, probably one of the best ways to stretch is a foam roller. They kind of suck, but yeah, I guess I should start stretching and doing like stretching videos.
All right, and this one's from Brooke. Is neighbor Karen's still salty about your battle ropes. We can have Tony Davis come over with his chainsaw every morning and night. Is it still too soon? And that is it still too soon? It's because Tony and his arm in his chainsaw massacre.
I still need Tony to cut down a tree in my backyard, but yeah, I don't really know. I guess she really doesn't like me. I'm the youngest in my neighborhood, and one of my neighbors across the street, he's cool as shit. He's like 88, 89, and he walks outside every day and like really just like puts on sweats and stuff to go walking. And he's like, you just turned it up, because I feel bad because my boxing bag in my garage is super loud. So I even told my neighbors who have a young child, if it's ever too loud, you let me know. They're like, it's your house. I'm like, I just don't want to wake up your daughter. So obviously my battle ropes have to go outside. And, I guess she just didn't like my music and the battle ropes, and I got a noise complaint. And the cop kind of looked at me and was like, okay. And I'm like, are these loud? Because they're not even that heavy. I mean, they're heavy for me right now, but like they're the cheaper ones. So obviously, they're not like slamming on the ground. But yeah, I mean, I even keep the music low and clean when I have the garage open, because I have a front-facing garage that's on the main street. I'm very respectful. She's she's 4 houses down. There's no way that you heard me 4 houses down. And, but yeah, so I haven't really tried. I think I'm going to go do them today and, test out the waters and see. Now, if I did the boxing bag with the garage door open, that'd be a whole different story. I'd understand if I got a noise complaint on that one.
So yeah, you know what, Karen? There's always a Karen. On everybody's street, there's a Karen, okay?
Literally. Yeah,
Fucking Karen.
and I'm gonna ask her husband to. He's a landscaper, and I need somebody to at least blueprint my backyard. Nope, not anymore. Sorry.
We'll get Teddy Bear Tony over there.
Well, he's pretty close in the area right now. Mm-hmm. I always joke, I'm like, hey, can you guys come do my yard? I'll pay you. No, totally kidding. But yeah, so we'll see the forever Karen saga and see how this goes.
Yeah, we'll see. Good luck.
Thank you.
Fucking Karens in the world. All right, hey, Teddy Bear Tony. No, let me expand this a little bit. All right. Holy shit! How did I miss this? Is Dante the king, or are you? There you go. We're all wondering that one too.
We actually had this conversation the other day because I hate that word, king. I hate it. I hate it beyond belief. It just rings wrong in my head. Always has. My dad used to say that as a kid, and I hated it. I'd always scream. But we both want to be alpha. That's the thing in our relationship. Like, I mean, like to the bone. We both want to be on top. It's why we butt heads sometimes. And, we were driving after this like long 6-mile hike because we got lost and our, dogs were panting away. And he said something and I was like, no, we just both want to be alpha. So like, I guess like we're both king, we're both alpha. I'd rather use that word. But it's kind of why we work, we're alpha in our own ways and just kind of go about it that way. Just don't underestimate me. I can box.
Yeah, you'd be able to whoop his ass. Take that alpha if he ever tries to take it from you. Watch out, Dante.
He did try to box once. Yeah. I mean, he did box once in Wheeling's Tough Man. And then I watched his video and he dropped his arms. And I'm like, you know what? That's like rule number 1, man. I was like, I don't care how strong you are. You just don't drop your arms. So technically, I'm still winning in that sense.
How did you come to be Mrs. Demo Crew?
I mean, that humbles me. I don't look at myself that way. But, honestly, probably you guys. I don't think anyone really knew where this was all going to go when I first got hired. I'm everyone's main point of contact. Usually I can, fix whatever you have going on, answer. But if I don't, I can find you an answer. I can point you in the right direction and I can let them know that you're coming. Whether, it's most likely email. But, I would say, thank you. But I would say, like you guys, like I said 20 million times, you guys give me that extra oomph in the morning. I wake up and I see all these notifications, and, it doesn't stress me out. I get up, get ready, and then I just sit down, and I just start reposting your stuff, trying to comment. And, that's something that, I guess circling back to Christian saying, what are your plans for the demo crew? And it's just being more active with you guys, commenting back, trying to see more things. Obviously, I can't see everything. I see a lot during the day, but, just be, as long as you have a main point of contact, people want to keep doing what they're doing and, stay excited.
Yeah, that was a good one, Tony. Good job. You almost missed it.
Almost.
So close. All right, Ariel, one dream tip. You can go anywhere in the world. Where would you go and why? You've been quite places, Carly. I'm curious what your answer is going to be for this one.
Oh, man. Wow. What was I talking about the other day? I was actually just talking about somewhere. Oh, man, this is slipping my mind. Husky. There's a bunch of huskies there. By Northern Lights. I'm seeing if it pops up. Well, there's this place in, by the Northern Lights in Finland, and Lapland, that's what it's called. I would go there. My dad wants to send me and my dog, but my dog would be the one that's sitting in the basket. So you get there and they take you to the area, and they have a husky team that will take you to either the igloo or something that you're staying in. And there you have an opening where you can watch Northern Lights, and the dogs stay with you the whole time. You can play with them until it's their feeding time, their sleeping time, and they have to be real dogs. But just that experience would be no other. You can go places different beaches like Bora Bora or things like that, but really not a lot of people go to Lapland. People probably think I'm half psychotic. I want to go somewhere that's cold, but it's kind of warm at the same time. But yeah, I think that would be just one of those once in a lifetime experiences, especially if it was all paid for. But yeah, I would definitely come back and, have more respect for huskies, because, owning huskies, if anyone listening owns a husky, it's not easy.
Yeah, mine's Hawaii. 100% Hawaii.
That would be my mom's actually going there in September, I believe, for her retirement party, and not even taking me, but it's fine.
No.
Yeah.
I just figure, I'm not a big traveler.
This isn't
my little getaways are hunting. When I go hunting, I go camping for about a week and kill a deer or two, But that's mainly for the wife. I'd like to take the wife there and the kids and let the kids swim with dolphins or something. It'd be cool.
Do not make a noise. Speaking of huskies, they come, I swear, when they just hear you talk about dogs. But yeah, traveling to me was something, that I was going to do for the rest of my life at some point. But then, I realized, all right, this is actually plausible. So yeah, definitely, I would love to go to Hawaii too. That would be super cool. But definitely, that destination would be Lapland.
Yeah. Jason, last one. This isn't a question, but you and Dante should come visit the UK for sure.
Didn't I just say I bought a one-way ticket there one time?
You did? Yeah, you did.
I just have to get him a passport. So then we'll be good to go.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a lot of questions. Good stuff. So, Carly, is there anything you would like to say to the demo crew or anybody out there that's going to be listening? Any motivational?
especially with the demo crew, because I work with you guys, keep doing what you're doing. Don't be afraid. I don't know if that's the word I want to use, to reach out to me. Don't be afraid to, reach your goals, write it down in 2020, 2021, like this is what I want to accomplish. This month, this is what I want to accomplish. Setting goals for yourself is going to be very helpful. And then once you're like, hey, you can bring ideas to me as well. Like, well, everything work out? No, but that's life. I would say the biggest thing is like the demo crew, keep being you. You guys are badass. You're a badass group of people that keeps fucking shit up, day by day. And it's just amazing to see. And whether you see it, I see it, 4DH sees it, Dean sees it, Krista sees it, everybody sees it. Because you're constantly tagging us. And, from day one until now, I just cannot wait to see where this, all goes, because it's never going to stop. So, the demo crew is never going to stop, and I never want you to stop. I think that would be my biggest thing is, be yourself. Easier said than done. Just be your fucking self. And, people will just come left and right, talk to you, see what you're doing and different stuff like that. So I would say my motivation is just be you and just keep fucking shit up. Yeah.
I like it. That's good. All right. So for everybody listening, this is a podcast for everybody, not just demo crew members, but if you have a good story, go and hit me up. Our goal is so one person hears this story and it motivates that one person. Go ahead and like, share, follow this podcast, get it out there so we can reach that one person that actually needs it. For all the demo crew members out there, 100% agree. Keep fucking shit up. And Carly, I appreciate everything, and thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
All right.